Howdy y'all, friends and neighbors, cousins, YouTube followers. We're back in the saddle again. Gotta like that, don't ya? That is why I don't make a living at singing. If you watch some of my other videos where I sing, I'm terrible, suckish. But we're getting a little wind therapy today. It's like 93 here in Michigan. You know what happens when it gets 90s in Michigan? It gets moist. You get wet. You don't even have to move and you get wet. Sounds terrible, don't it? Can't believe I said that. It's just sticky. No, this is a... Y'all got dirty minds, I'm telling you. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Shame on you guys. Wet and sticky. I'm talking about the humidity. You always got to spell it out for some of you guys, I tell you what. I thought we'd just take a little ride and cool off. If you're not lucky enough to have air conditioning or go to the beach, I wanted to take a minute to answer a few questions that I gotten from all of you. We had a good response to the ride with the cousins from the Harley barn to Traverse City. Wiggly, shaky, hairy thumbs up. Thank you guys for liking that video. It was a fun trip for sure. I messed up. I didn't take the camera into the restaurant where we had beverages. We got to sit down and had food. Next time we go, I'll do that. But I appreciate you guys liking the video. It's fun for sure, and there'll be more to come. Next up, I guess, would be the Harley wedding. The cousins. Well, one's a cousin for real. You got to meet him in the last video, the Traverse City videos. Scott, and I mentioned cousin Cindy. Cindy is soon to be cousin. Let's give her a hand. I think it's so cool the way they just clicked and worked it out. You can definitely tell when we're out riding that they're in love. They're gonna tie the knot in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a Harley wedding at the Harley wedding of the century. You guys have to wait to see that. We'll have video for sure. And I'm also getting got a lot of questions about how I'm liking the new bike. It's a new bike. It's freaking awesome. What can I say? I upgraded for a reason. The lowrider was a sweet bike, but it doesn't compare to this one at all. We have 660 miles on it. We need 1,000 to get the first oil change. I'm thinking we can do that this week. We got to get her broke in so we can ride it a little like we want to. But I appreciate all the comments and all the questions about the new bike. It's killer. It is killer. You know, it's one of the things, I bought many things in my life, and I don't know if you guys know what buyer's remorse is, but I've had that a few times, especially with girlfriends. I can't believe I said that either, but you know, buyer's remorse is when you buy something and like the day later or 2 days later you go, dang, I shouldn't have did that. Well, I don't have it with this thing. I am happy. There's no buyer's remorse, no nothing. We're good to go on this sucker. Little places I happen to come through when I go around the block is a little town. I don't even know if you can call it a town. It's like a village, more or less. There's no store. There used to be a sawmill and a little school, and the little town is called Ferry. And I need you guys to help me figure out something. If you live in Ferry, are you called a Ferryite, a Ferry-tuckian, a ferry person? Yeah, you get my drift, right? What the heck do you call a person from Ferry? My brain is like lacking an answer for that. That used to be the sawmill. It still is a sawmill right there. Cool, huh? So you can go through town, the speed limit is 40. I kind of like this place already. That was the schoolhouse. Oh, soup and supper canceled. Dang it. We come to Ferry. There's a lot of churches here, though. There's 3 of them. There's the Presbyterian, the Wesleyan, and right across the street is the Methodist. So that's just as good as having stores. You just get your food at the bring your own, what do they call that, potluck dinners they have. I'm sure they have them. But oh, I was wanting to stop right here. There's a little park that nobody knows about. We almost blew the stop sign. It's a good thing the traffic is low. I'd have got rear-ended right there. Mill Pond County Park, Ferry, Michigan. Yeah, Ferryite, a very nice person lives in Ferry. We almost bit it there in the soft sand too. I better watch what I'm doing. Oh, this is the Mill Pond Park in Ferry, Michigan. All the parks in Michigan seem to have like these little gazebo things. Most of them are used for beer tents, but you can use them for family reunions, parties, picnics, whatever you want. Come and set out. And back there is like the John's to go, and if that's busy, there's a big old woods back there for you. Adventuresome people can play in the slide or the swings or whatever that other thing is, or like a monkey bar. Some of you people wouldn't let your kids play on that without a helmet, right? Or a mask. It could get hurt. For all the lovebirds out there, the Mill Pond Park in Ferry has a bench. There's a picnic table over there behind the tree. That right there is the north branch of the White River. You come down here, go fishing, hold hands, give hickeys, whatever you do, sit by the water. You can go swimming in there. The river water's cold, trust me. Go swimming in there. Yeah, just have a good old time. If you don't like to be in big crowds of people, this would be the place to come for sure. And another question I get asked quite a bit, I got asked several times on my YouTube channel, because I ride a bike. There's this lady that wants me to wear Levi's. Well, I have Wranglers. I'm supposed to wear chaps and whatever leathers we wear to ride bikes. But I have Wranglers there, girlfriend. I got my vest on because it's 93. I do have rider boots. I put my shades on. I got my pandemic hairdo. That's about all you're going to get out of me today. Thanks for asking though. Another neat thing is, like, I got my Harley right here. I got me, and in the background is the John's to go, the Porta-John. That is Americana at its finest right there. Just saying. Think about it. See that? John's to go. 1-800-GO. See the little sign right there? That means you can ride in that one. I'm a rider. I don't even need training wheels like that person right there in that picture. And it's got the green sign. Green for go, fellas. People, peeps. I do come to stop at this park to take a break when I go for rides a lot of times. Only special people stop here with me. Mostly myself. There was one other person. I'm not afraid to ride alone, and I'm not afraid to come to the Ferry Park alone either. The pretty flowers, they just show up everywhere I go. You guys can bring your girlfriends or your wives down here and pick them some flowers. Oh man, they'll hug on you for days. You pick them some wildflowers, here you go, baby. Or your girls can do that for your man, because like I had them given to me before once. I was asking my daughter what subject I could talk on today, because sometimes it's very hard to find something to talk about. And she looks at me and tells me, well, you did a video on a plunger, which I did. That happens to be the longest video I've ever made on a plunger. Plungers are cool if you look at them. Then she told me you should do a cooking video. Huh. Well, people that know me know I struggle with cooking. So I'm shooting from the hip again like I always do.